Hey, how's everybody? Hello, how's everybody doing? I'm doing super great. I just got over a really nasty cold, and of course it had to be during the Ebola thing, but don't worry, I don't have that, thank God.
Get off the couch! Productions.
What I want to talk to you about in this video is how I quit smoking. Yes, me. I quit smoking a year ago. I'm super happy about that because now I feel better and I can breathe and I don't stink and my fingers don't smell, and I don't know, just you gotta try it. Just try quitting smoking. I wanted to tell you how I was able to quit smoke. And I wanted to tell you how I quit smoking because it really did help me a lot. Like, I was really wanting to quit smoking. Like, you really have to, like, plan on quitting smoking. To do it, you know, you have to get it in your mind. So last year, everyone started getting those electric cigarettes, you know, the ones with the liquid that you put into it. I went out and checked around the prices and stuff, so I got one in October of last year. So I bought that, and I bought one more pack of cigarettes, and I said, after this pack of cigarettes, I'm going to use this, and only this, no matter what. Let me tell you, it wasn't too bad, honestly. It wasn't that bad quitting smoking with this. Actually pretty easy if you get your mind into it. Don't let your mind loose. Smoke all of my cigarettes, and I was tempted to even start using an electric cigarette while I was smoking the cigarettes, but that's not a good idea. Like, you should really quit smoking completely and then start the electric cigarette, or you're more than likely to fail. The way I did it was I picked all kinds of different flavors. Watermelon, like any kind of flavor that, so I wouldn't get bored of using this electric cigarette. So I did that, and it worked really well. Like, there's some points where I wanted to throw the freaking electric cigarette because you have to change the wick, and sometimes it's not going to work, and the store's not open, and you're like, I want a cigarette, but you don't give up. And it really helped me as I waited a month and a half, and then I went down a milligram on the nicotine, because you can start really high from 24 or 18 milligrams and then work your way down to 0. So I went from 18, and then a month and a half goes by, I went down to 12 milligrams. I could have went down to 16, but I don't think he had that at the time. So I went down to 12 milligrams. And then after like a month or two after that, I went down to 6 milligrams, which is even less of nicotine, like half of what I was using. And then after that, the 6 milligrams took me at least 4 or 5 months to get down to all the way 0. Because from 6, you can't really get to 3, you get 6 to 0, that's pretty much it. And 0 milligrams, it took me, let's see, I think in December I started the 6 milligrams, and then all the way to Easter weekend I went down to 0. And that was a big thing for me, because 0 has absolutely like hardly any hit to it. After a couple days of getting used to not having nicotine, I still used it. I just got used to it without having much of a big of a hit, and which is really good because it helps you completely not want to smoke it at all. So after a few months of that, not even having any nicotine in it, I was completely forgetting about it sometimes. I would like forget about it and go to work, and I'm like, oh crap, I'm like, oh wait, I don't need it, I don't need it, I don't need it, and I would say that, I don't need it. I wouldn't even care that I said I don't need it. Like, it was that easy for me to just completely let it go. Like, I don't even think about it at all really anymore. I don't think about cigarettes anymore. I don't think of even smoking that. It's awesome, and I want everyone to know that the electric cigarette does work. You just have to get your mind into it, and it's honestly the easiest way to quit smoking. I haven't had a cigarette in a year now, and it's all because of that. And I don't even have the electric one, you know? It's amazing, and I love it. So when I get sick now, my coughs are like 100% way better. When you smoke cigarettes and you have a cold, your coughs are so deep and they hurt so, because you're coughing and your lungs are banging and it hurts extremely bad. And you cough up so much phlegm, and it's so disgusting. And then on top of that, you're going to want to smoke cigarettes while you're sick, and that tastes even nastier than just smoking a cigarette. So that's better. I can breathe through a straw all the way through. You know, the science experiment where you breathe through it normally without coughing and choking? I can do that again. Like cigarette smokers, I can smell them. And it's gross to me now. And I'm like, ugh, I can't believe I smell like that. I can't believe I put cigarettes out and save them for later and freaking, ugh. I'm just happy that I haven't picked up a cigarette or nothing. And even my boyfriend quit smoking. And he started it in March, I believe. And now he doesn't even really use the electric cigarette anymore. And he's quitting smoking. He doesn't smoke cigarettes anymore. So it does work. The big controversy about them is because kids are getting hooked on them because of the flavors and everything, which is true. I do believe that's why they're getting started smoking on those and everything. It was prescribed. Maybe they wouldn't have such a big deal about it or something, because obviously the pharmaceutical wants to make money for everything. If they prescribed it just like nicotine patches or had them where, you know, it's not as good as accessible to kids as it is now, it wouldn't be such a big deal, because it is a good thing and it does help you quit smoking, and you do feel better while quitting smoking. You don't feel as stressed. It's good. That's all I can say about it. It was easier than just with the patch. The patch was nice, but you still wanted to mess with things, you know, and it's just, I'm super happy now because I don't smoke anymore and I can find better things to do. Freaking not feel as lazy or just tired. I mean, I still do feel tired during the day after I work all day, but I mean, now I have more energy to clean my house and I can run around and have fun and not feel like this pain in my lungs and everything. And I was smoking for probably 12 years of my life, so that's a good while of my life, I would think. A whole decade, and and it puts a lot on your skin too. Like, I got those lines and whatever. But yeah, anyways, thank you guys for watching. I know this video is probably all over the place, but I thank you for listening to my insanity. I hope you guys can quit smoking too, and let me know if this video helped you in any way or gave you some good tips to try it with the e-cig, of course. Guys, thank you so much for watching. Bye! Subscribe! Okay? Do it. Subscribe. Yeah.